Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Padhai Se Dosti YouTube channel. This is the part 4 of distributional map chapter. Okay, in this part 4 of the video series, we are going to discuss about the exercise questions which are based on the distributional map. Okay, the very first question is that give reason why the following statements are right or wrong. The very first statement is that the main aim of distributional maps is to show the location. So it is very simple question, so it is a actually the wrong statement because the distributional map, they are not for the showing any location, they are for showing the distribution of various quantities like temperature, rainfall, population density, okay, population of animals, or distribution of flora and fauna in that particular region. Okay, location is not shown by this distributional map. Okay guys, so that's why the first statement is wrong, and I have already told you the reason for that. The second question is that in chloroplet map only one value is assigned to the sub administrative unit. So it is a correct answer because each color tint we have a special value or the assigned value, and only that assigned value entries are done in that particular color code. Okay, so each sub administrative unit have a single assigned value in case of chloroplet map. Okay, so it is the right statement. The third statement is that in chloroplet map color or tints do not change according to the values of variable. So this is a wrong statement because according to values of variable the colors or tint they changes. Suppose there is a very less population density, then color of that particular area is very light color. As population density increases or the any parameter of that particular chloroplet map, its density is increases, then the tint of that color will become darker and darker. So this is a wrong statement. Okay guys, the fourth statement is that chloroplet maps are used to show altitude. So again it is a wrong statement because isoplet map we use to denote the altitudes. Okay, we use the contour maps, they are again a part of the isoplet method. Okay, because in isoplet method we can able to show the quantities by using two different methods. Okay, one is this method, that is we are using the hatching line or the dots. Okay, the different patterns of black and white color. Okay, this is a one type of isoplet map, and second type is like this. Here you can able to join the points on the ground which have a same variable. Okay, same value of variable. Suppose this is a average annual rainfall distribution of Kolhapur district. So this particular line, it joins the such a locations which have the same amount of rainfall. Okay, so this is a 1800 rainfall. So all the locations on this particular line, they have the same rainfall. Okay, so this is again a isoplet map, and it is used to designate the altitude. Okay, so that's why this fourth statement is wrong. Okay, the fifth statement is that isoplet maps are used to show population distribution. Okay, the fifth statement is correct because we can able to show the population distribution by using the isoplet map also. Okay, the sixth statement is that in a dot method every dot should have an appropriate scale. Okay, so this is again a right statement. Okay, because each dot in the dot method map, they have appropriate scale and appropriate value also, and based on that we can able to find the distribution of that particular quantity in that particular area. Okay, the seventh statement is that isoplet map are not made by using the isolines. Okay, so it is a wrong statement because isoplet map can be made by using the isoline. Okay, I have already given you an example of altitude, the annual average rainfall. Okay, so all these map they are made by using the isolines. Then distribution of various geographical elements can be shown by using a dot method. So it is a true, we can able to show different geographical elements by using this dot method. Okay, then the second question is that answer in brief. Okay, the first question is that explain the use and types of distributional map. So why we are using this distributional map? To show the distribution of various geographical quantities like population density, altitude of any particular area. Okay, or the what we can say, the numbers of flora and fauna or any animals in that particular area, Okay, then the temperature, rainfall, humidity, all these things we can able to see by using the distributional map. Okay, and they have three types. One is dot method, second one is chloroplet, and third one is isoplet. Okay, isoplet map you can able to draw by using two methods. One is a black and white lines or patterns method, and second one is isoline method. Okay, then the next one is differentiate between the chloroplet and isoplet methods. Okay, the chloroplet method is the method which is based on the different color tints. Okay, so we are using a single color and their various shades to represent the distribution of varying amount of any particular quantity. Okay, and in case of isoplet method we are using the black and white pattern. Okay, hatches or the square like structure, dot like structure. Okay, in isoplet method, or we are using the iso lines. Okay, so this is the major difference between the two. The chloroplet map is basically used for the distribution distribution of any particular variables density, but isoplet map it is used for showing the different amount of particular variable. Okay, how it distribute along the different region. Okay, for example is the rural population, how rural population is distributed along the different tehsils of any particular district. It is very explicitly shown by this isoplet methods. Okay guys, then we have a third question over here. The explain with reason the method which is best suited to show the distribution of population in a region. So here they have asked us only population, they didn't ask us the population density. So the dot method is a very good. Why it is good? Because population is in number. Okay, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 15 lakh, 60 lakh, 70 lakh. Okay, like this. So we can make a dot. Suppose one dot I made, one dot is equal to 1 lakh population. So in that particular district, suppose I made 20 dots, then it means that there is a 20 lakh people who are residing in that particular city. Okay, so that's why this to distribute any number or any quantity, we use the dot method. To distribute the density, then we are using the chloroplet method or the isoplet method. So why we are not using the chloroplet method over here? I will explain you by using this map, chloroplet map. Okay, so here in the chloroplet map you can able to see the shades. Okay, so consider this Chikaldara tehsil of this Amravati district. Suppose there is a tehsil location at the center of this particular tehsil, so their population density is very high. But at this corner in this border area, suppose there is any hilly area, then population density is very low. But by using chloroplet method, that it is telling us that in entire Chikaldara district there is a same population density. But is it the same in case of population actual number? Not. So that's why to show the population we are using the dot method. So it is a very precise method. So I have explained the reason behind this. I hope guys you got the concept behind the choosing dot method for this population distribution in a region. Okay, then the next question is that which method you will use for the following information. The first one is that taluka wise wheat production in the district. Here wheat production it is in number. Suppose 1000 tons, 2000 tons, 3000 tons, like this. So you can able to use dot method very precisely over here. So you can able to measure the actual production quantity. Okay, by using different dots. Okay, then distribution of altitude of land in a district. So you want to show the altitude, means what? You want to show the locations which have same altitude on the map. Okay, so you can use the contour lines to show this altitude. So it comes under the isoplet method of map. Okay, the third question is that distribution of the domestic animal in a state. So distribution of domestic animal, it is again in number. Okay, so the actual quantity, any quantity, you have to take a dot method to represent that quantity on map. Okay, if they ask you the density of that particular variable, then you have to go for chloroplet method or isoplet method. Okay, there is an exception of this altitude or the annual average rainfall, because they are using by they used to show by using the iso lines. Okay, so remember this thing. The distribution of population in population density in India. So remember this word, distribution of population density. Now they are asking about density. So the here chloroplet method is the best. Temperature distribution in the Maharashtra state. Again, temperature it is in range 5 to 10 degrees Celsius, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. So to each range we can assign a single color tint. Okay. So here again the chloroplet method is a very good. So in this way we have discussed the third question also. The fourth question is that you have to observe this particular map, you have to answer the questions. The first question is that which method has been used to show the distribution of population in a district. So clearly by just observing the map you can able to see that there is a dot method used to show for distribution of population in district. Okay. Second question is that explain the direction wise distribution of population from dense to sparse. Okay, so direction wise they have asked us the direction sense. Okay, so here you can see if I'm moving from the west side to the east side, the population density is increasing over here. Here because of Sahyadri mountain hill area, less people they are residing in this particular area. Okay, but as you move towards the plateau area, the plain area, you will find the population density increasing. Okay, so in hilly areas, that is the in western part of this Kolhapur district, you will find the sparse density, and as you move toward the east you will find the dense population density over here. Okay, or vice versa, you can say that from east to west the density is decreasing. Okay, population density is decreasing from east to west. In eastern direction it is a very dense, in western direction it is very sparse. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Let's move toward the next question. What is the population shown by the largest circle and which place is that? Okay, so here are some circles they have mentioned over here. So as the area of this particular circle increases, the population in that area is also increasing. The largest circle representing the 20 lakh population. So here you can able to see the largest circle at the center of that city, that is Kolhapur city town. Okay, so it is a Karvir Tehsil. Okay, and it is exactly at the center. So in Kolhapur city area you will find the population 20 lakh. Okay, the last question of today's exercise is that which taluka has a least population. So here you can able to measure a dot. In this Gagan Bauda tehsil you will find the less number of dots. Okay, so here the population is a very less in this particular tehsil. So I hope guys you enjoyed today's session, you understood all the questions which we have discussed today. If you enjoyed the session, if you understood the concept, then don't forget to like a thumbs up button. Do share this session with your friends so they will get benefited during this lockdown period in their studies. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel so you will get the notification of upcoming video session on time. So thank you guys and have a nice day.